Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on Glasshand. Today, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a vlog on my explorations of photogrammetry. So I had this object that I just wanted to scan just to try out since Epic Games has bought reality capture and made reality capture way more affordable, way more affordable. I just wanted to go ahead and try to do some tests. So this is the first test that I did with my Galaxy S10 Plus, my cell phone. And I just did this as a video. So I literally just brought it into reality capture by going up to video sequence, and this is what it extracted. So it did a very good job for just being a video on my cell phone. And of course, the resolution that I was filming at was 4K. So the texture size, the highest resolution I could export this at was 4K. But surprisingly, I feel like it did pretty well. And I'm hoping this kind of video technique could be okay enough for interiors, to walk through an interior and just kind of hold your phone and just walk around the room and try to get a decent interior. Let me know what you think. Obviously, stills are always going to be king because in this example that I have, let me just pull this next one up. This one is amazing compared to the other one. And sorry, but in the other view, I didn't show you the meshed result, but I will show it to you in Blender. So this is the actual like meshed textured result in reality capture with about 192 still images. Now, why this one I felt like was successful is because I actually held my camera in portrait mode. You can see staring through this one sample image that it's vertical. And I just slowly, very slowly, I can tell my age, getting older, because like I was holding the camera in my back, was like all tense and everything. I'm getting old. Hate to say it, but yeah, I'm just literally just orbiting around this this object. And one of my really great friends, one of my best friends, Andrew Ferris, he is a compositor, VFX compositor, and he does a lot of photogrammetry in his free time. And he kind of gave me a great little tip on Instagram to almost take like a little half step. So it's kind of like you're leaning, and you're snapping pictures, right? And then you're literally, what I'm doing is just adding a folder directory and then starting to come into the alignment and process page. And I'm just aligning the images, calculating the model. And then in the reconstruction, I'm using the actual texture from the photograph. And that's basically it. And then I'm exporting it. So it's like, just as an overview again, load the folder, align images. You can also come into the alignment tab after you align them. And let's see, there is a cleanup section in here that you can do. Oh, sorry, it's under reconstruction. If you do the set reconstruction region after you get everything aligned and it's still a point cloud, you can get this little box gizmo that's around here and you can start pulling these edges in, and that's how I'm clipping the data. And then after that, you can just come back to your workflow tab. I really like the workflow tab because it keeps everything in just one area for you. And you can calculate it at normal or high quality, and then you can simplify it. You can add your texture to it. And then you literally just export your model here. And what I did was FBX. So when you come into this FBX tab, let's say I wanted to export this one again. And so I come in here. And then what you are going to want to look for is export to a single texture. If you do this, you can actually set a texture maximal size, and they have like really large sizes here. So if you're capturing it with enough resolution and you get enough images, you could actually shoot out a really high resolution texture here, which is pretty sweet. So then I'll just show you what it looks like in Blender. So this is my video result, right? And it's interesting. It's like, it's jaggedy. It's, it is what it is. But just taking a cell phone, a decently old cell phone and walking around and trying to get a just some kind of reconstruction is pretty cool. It's pretty neat. But then this is my actual photo scan, and so this is the raw like scan, and I actually decimated this guy. I went ahead and applied the decimation because it was just insanely dense. And even if I tab into edit mode here and actually show you the overlays, it's really, really dense. As is most cases with photogrammetry, you're going to get a super, super dense model. So what I did was in Blender, they have this nice remesh tab, and I did a quad flow remesh, and I got this result, which is very manageable and looks kind of like a game asset. It's not perfect. You can straighten up a lot of these lines and stuff and make it more, I guess, perfect even though real world objects are not perfect. The chair is actually right behind me, hanging out there, and it's not. I don't think things have to be actually CG perfect, but anyways, if you want to straighten out the lines, you can totally do that. And then what I did was I actually just baked from one model to the next. So let me just actually move this over here so you can see them side by side. So the way you can do that in Blender, it's actually pretty straightforward after you've done it once or twice. The first couple times it's weird. But you have two different materials. You have the high resolution chair and you have the remesh chair. And you want to create an actual image texture here. And you want to create new. And I made it the same size as my scan. And then after you do that, you want to select your high res, control click on your model, and make sure they're overlapping. I obviously have them spread apart here for example's sake, just to kind of show you the difference between them. But make sure they're overlapping, because when you come down to the bake tab, there's going to be this kind of extrusion and ray distance. And so I bumped that up because I was not overlapping it perfectly. Like my new geometry was not on the surface of my scan geometry. So this gave me a little bit more leeway. And then I turned it on GPU compute, only used about 32 samples per pixel. Kind of left like adaptive sampling on. And then obviously you need to tick on this selected to active, which I did not mention. So you want that on, and then you can actually bake, and this is the resulting texture from the bake, and it looks good. It looks good. I think this, when you see them side by side, obviously this one is just a little bit better in terms of just polish. It has a little bit straighter lines. You can see right here. That's not so great, but yeah, I think this is a really fun, cool way to just do some reality capture stuff. And I think I actually pulled a huge fail with my webcam here, so let me hide that. These are my settings for the bake. So 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and turn on the selected to active, and then hit bake. And then obviously I only have a diffuse map. So some of the things I'm looking forward to in the future is actually, let me open Substance Launcher. What I want to do is take this into Alchemist and then generate some more texture maps based on one single image. So I would just take this into Alchemist, generate a roughness map, metallic map, and then a normal map. Probably those would be the ones that I would be looking for. But this object works pretty well because it's not super shiny. If it was like a really shiny metal, this would not be successful right now. There's a lot of people who have done some really cool like glass bowls and things by coating them and like with some type of spray paint, and then actually adding like little splotches of ink to kind of give you enough texture to go through. One of the things that Andrew mentioned that I thought was really cool was also a chair like that with little detail in the fabric and wood would need a DSLR with 20 megapixels or something. A phone won't align very well. Same issue with flat colored walls, etc. And you are totally right, Andrew. You are absolutely right. Gosh, another fail with a webcam. This is my DSLR, a Sony a7 III. So I'm like really into photogrammetry now. So I'm going to be starting to scan different types of objects and get better at these scans and process them and then put them on Gumroad. And if you guys want to go over there and check them out, I'll have a link in the description. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.